Today on High Now, September 2nd marks the commemoration of the end of World War II.
That's right, so we're taking a full tour of the USS Missouri.
Plus, honoring our veterans as they share their stories from 75 years ago. Then,
we're taking a walk back in history and climbing on board the amphibious PBY.
This and more, right now on High Now. I'm Gibson.
And I'm Kainoa Carlson. You know, next week, September 2nd, marks the 75th commemoration of the end of World War II.
That's right, and Hawaii News Now will broadcast a very special live event from the Battleship Missouri Memorial in Pearl Harbor. Sunrise will be live that morning, and you can watch live coverage on KGMB, KHNL, and K5 from 8:30 to 11 a.m.
That's right, it's going to be awesome. You can also watch the event streaming live at HawaiiNewsNow.com, on the Hawaii News Now app, and on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. You got options.
Now, the surrender ceremony that formally brought the war to an end took place on the USS Missouri. And earlier this month, Kainoa and I had the chance to tour the historic battleship. Take a look. September 2nd marks the commemoration of the end of World War II.
That's right, so come along, gang. We're taking a full tour of the USS Missouri. Let's go.
The USS Missouri, otherwise known as the Mighty Mo, was built January 6, 1941 in the Brooklyn Navy shipyard. She's one of 4 Iowa-class battleships that were built, but the very last battleship to see active service in the entire world. She was officially decommissioned in 1992. She saw 3 wars for the United States, including the 75th that we're seeing, the ending of World War II, but she also saw conflict during the Korean War as well as the Persian Gulf War, primarily the Desert Storm. The signing of the official surrender document by the Japanese forces happened on board her decks. That was September 2nd, 1945, while she was anchored out in Tokyo Bay. Folks, welcome to where we formally ended World War II. Where we are currently standing, this plaque here, that's going to be where this table stood that day in the photograph that we're looking at. The person in the photo sitting down, that is General MacArthur, as he's signing for the Allied powers. Standing behind him are 2 POWs that he honored that day as well. Off to the side, that's also the 11-man Japanese delegation that came on board to sign over the surrender of the Japanese. Japan signing first, followed by General MacArthur. Admiral Nimitz signing on behalf of the United States, represented their ranks as well.
Check out these decks.
So what we're getting is a sneak peek inside of the captain's import cabin. Usually used not out to sea, but whenever he was in port, he could invite special delegations to come and have private dinners with him.
So what kind of conversations were taking place at this dinner table?
I can only imagine. Probably with regard to the newfound peace that we had taking place on board. Truman saw this as his ship. His daughter christened it when she first came out. With the closure of World War II, he is the official president of the United States. When it came to decide where the ending was going to happen, he said, "On board my ship." This is what the berthing spaces looked like during the 40s. Back in the days, it would have actually been stacked 5 high.
What?
The person at the top literally almost sleeping belly to pipe here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Navigation bridges, as it sounds, this is where they navigated the ship from. This is the wardroom where the higher ranking officers could take their meals, hold meetings. This is the bookends of World War II. Arizona, of course, the beginning, December 7th, 1941. And then our guns saluting the memorial, representing the end of World War II. So if anyone would like to take a tour of the Mighty Mo, they are welcome to visit our website. That's pearlharborhistoricsite.org.
Brought to you by the 75th commemoration of the end of World War II.
On September 2nd, Hawaii News Now will broadcast a very special live event from the fantail of the Battleship Missouri Memorial in Pearl Harbor.
And in honor of our greatest generation, we want to take this opportunity to share some stories from our veterans and hear about their experiences as young men when they bravely stepped up to find a path to peace 75 years ago.
The draft in 1940, they had drafted in the United States and everybody had to serve. If your numbers scored, you had to go. My mom, let me join the Army. Why be waiting to be drafted? They're gonna, they're gonna put me wherever I want to go. At least if I join the army, I can go where I want to go. Down to Whitehall Street in New York, where you enlist for the army. And where's our assignment? We're going to be attached to the 1st Marine Division. We're a communications outfit. So he said, pack up, leave, and get your first sergeant, tell them get the men ready. The troop transfers at the pier. Start packing. It was April 1st, 1945.
I signed up. I was in the Navy, and they had a special program teaching Japanese language at the University of Colorado. You had to be Phi Beta Kappa. It was full-time. There would be an exam every week. I was a Japanese translator in the Pacific. The name of the ship I was stationed on was the USS Mount Olympus. It was a communications ship. It was designed to pick up Japanese intercepts.
We're circling the Pacific Ocean for about a couple of days, circling around and around. Just to give you an idea, the invasion of Okinawa was bigger than the invasion of Normandy. People don't know that, but it's in your history book. We hit Yellow Beach, but the day was April 1st, 1945. City of Naha had a population of 60,000 people. Only one building was left standing when the Navy got through.
The signing was on the USS Missouri. That was a surrender. I was aboard a ship while we were signing the Missouri.
America and our allies won a great victory. Nothing in modern history compares to what it meant for our people and freedom and loving people throughout the world. Our victory provided a golden age for America. There is more opportunity. Most Americans were united in their belief of democracy. Think what we accomplished. We rebuilt Germany, Western Europe, we rebuilt Japan. We helped give freedom to so many. They now live in a free and open society.
Brought to you by the 75th commemoration of the end of World War II.
Certainly some heroes. And speaking of some history and some heroes, earlier this week, the island celebrated Duke Kahanamoku's 130th birthday.
That's right, and the Outrigger Duke Kahanamoku Foundation hopes to perpetuate his spirit and legacy by granting scholarships to student athletes.
The mission of the Outrigger Duke Kahanamoku Foundation is to financially support individuals and organizations who perpetuate the spirit and legacy of Duke Kahanamoku. Since 1986, we've given youth sports, which are swimming, surfing, paddling, kayaking, diving, water polo, sailing, and volleyball. Duke was a great example for all of us in living in the times of the pandemic. He actually was training and qualifying for the 1916 Olympics in Germany, and they were canceled because of World War I. He actually contracted the Spanish flu along with several of his friends and teammates. He almost died from it. Prince Kohio actually used his pull in Washington, D.C. to get Duke admitted to the Walter Reed Army Medical Center, where Duke made a recovery. And from there, he was able to return to the 1920 Olympics, where he won the gold medal and set a new world and personal record. Like most nonprofits, we've had to cancel or postpone our major fundraising events. We've also seen a much higher percentage of our scholars staying in Hawaii to attend college rather than go to the mainland. But I think ultimately will be best for Hawaii because we're keeping our young leaders here.
I graduated from University Laboratory School, where I swam for them and Varsity Pac Prize. I also have been swimming with Kamehameha Swim Club 9 years now. I went to high school state 4 straight years. I got second my junior year in the 500 and third in the 200 freestyle. When I got the news that I was a recipient of the Duke Award, I was truly ecstatic. I'm now going to be swimming for the University of Hawaii. I have a lot of pride in it because he's like a legend and he's really one of the heroes in our sport that I look up to.
We will be accepting applications starting October 15th. We look forward to anyone from any island applying. All of the other requirements are listed on the website. We'd also like to invite anyone in the local community who is looking for ways to give back to donate to our program so that young athletes may have a chance at their own athletic dreams and college pursuits. For more information, you can visit our website, dukefoundation.org.
Brought to you by Outrigger Duke Kahanamoku Foundation.
Coming up, you've been to Japan, you know good sushi, but you don't need to travel thousands of miles to get it. Hihimanu Sushi here in Honolulu is serving up both traditional and contemporary dishes.
Plus, ube before anything else, the local small business cranking out these sweet Filipino treats. Details when Hi Now returns.
Welcome back to Hi Now Weekender. It's time for Seal of Quality Saturday, and today we're tasting macadamia nuts from HAMAKUA Macadamia Nut Company.
That's right, and they are grown and processed in Hawaii, so it's the freshness that sets them apart from everyone else. The company farms about 1,600 acres in the Kau district on Hawaii Island, as well as 400 acres just outside of Hilo, and its #1 selling product is, of course, the lightly salted macadamia nuts.
Yum.
But they've got a ton of different flavors. They've got chili pepper, wasabi, they've got island onion, and even spam. So they got a bunch.
And when it comes to choosing a healthy snack, these macadamia nuts are perfect. They're high in those good fats, which actually help lower cholesterol levels, and they're also a good source of vitamins and protein. So we've got Kainoa blindfolded up.
All right.
And he's gonna taste some of the HAMAKUA macadamia nuts.
Okay.
Our floor producer Craig is helping out to get you. There you go. There's one nut in your hand.
Here we go. That's got to be a lightly salted macadamia nut.
No.
No?
It's not.
Wait. No?
You don't taste any kind of flavor?
I really think that that's lightly salted. No? What is that one?
It's actually a spam.
Spam?
Spam.
Oh,
So it must not have a too much of a
kind
flavor.
of mild, kind of
spam.
mild. Ooh.
Ooh.
This one's oniony.
Uh-huh.
This one's.
Oh, so are you choosing onion?
I'm going definitely onion on that
Going
one.
definitely onion. Okay, good job.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, I'm a local boy. I'm gonna get my local boy card revoked if I don't get these flavors.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I gotta know. Obviously, I don't miss any meals.
Oh, I love it. Okay. What do you think?
That must be the macadamia. Or, ooh.
Oh? Is that one the spam?
I'm gonna need one more of that. Can we get a hana ho on that last one?
Now these have the seal of quality on them. That is that Department of Agriculture green seal, of course, and that says they are Hawaii grown, Hawaii made, genuine products from the islands. All right, what do you think?
I'm thinking that's chili pepper.
Chili pepper?
Chili
Good
pepper.
job. Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding.
okay.
All
2 out of 3.
Okay, here we go.
These are delicious, by the way. Very light,
And of course,
ton of flavor.
Yeah. And our floor director, Craig, needs a raise for his hand modeling today. Thank you,
All right,
Craig.
this is the glaze.
That's the glaze.
That's
No.
no?
No.
Can I get a hana ho actually on this one too?
I think he just wants some macadamia nuts. He
do.
didn't have breakfast yet. What? Is it sweet? What is it?
It's delicious.
It's delicious. Is it salty, sweet, what? You don't know.
I'm not sure what that one is.
Are
That
you
one's
getting
tough.
twisted? Okay.
Oh no, wait.
Show you,
Oh, that
says
is show
Craig.
you. That is show you. I can feel the salt.
Okay.
I can feel the salt.
All right. Now remember, if you've got a product that's made in Hawaii, you too
That
can
one's the
apply
glaze.
for the
That one's the glaze.
seal of quality. You can get more information on our website, hinowdaily.com. Good job.
It's so ono.
If you've ever been to Japan, you know good sushi, but you don't need to travel thousands of miles. Hihimanu Sushi here in Honolulu is serving up both traditional and contemporary dishes. And I hear you gotta come hungry because it's chef's choice.
We opened Hihimanu Sushi here in this location January 2019. Traditional elements with a modern flair. So it is strictly omakase, which means chef's choice. You're gonna be served 18 dishes. Usually it's gonna be the freshest seasonal fish. Most of it comes directly from Japan. We do get local tuna. Hawaii is heavily influenced by Japanese, so it's only natural for us to have some of their cuisine.
Arashai. Irashamase.
The infamous Chef Ray.
Oh, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. I'm really excited about this.
Oh, wonderful. So my concept is basically Edomai style sushi with a twist. Edomai traditional cuts with contemporary flair. So adding my own flavors onto traditional sushi cuts. I make all my sauces from scratch. Everything is made in-house, as well as our microgreens are all made in-house as well. We do 18 dishes for dinner. That runs for about $185 per person. We just started doing lunch from 12 to 4, and that's $135 per person for 15 dishes, and it comes with dessert. So I'm doing a Hokkaido scallop. This came straight from auction, completely fresh. Shiso to this, crushed sesame seeds on this, Hokkaido kani miso, Polanco caviar from Uruguay on this. Voila, yoroshiku. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Whoa! Amazing.
I'll make you something beautiful, okay?
Where did you learn all of this?
So I've been trained by Japanese since 17 years old. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yoroshiku.
Amazing, Chef.
Thank you very much.
Such intricate flavors. Would you say that they just keep getting better and better? Because it seems that way.
Yes, they get better all the way to the end.
Ankimo is monkfish liver. It's considered to be foie gras of the sea. We incorporated that into our steamed egg custard, which is known as chawan mushi. We're able to get our orders out quickly due to the gas that we use. Instant heat, boils almost instantaneously. This is our Ankimo uni chawan mushi.
Very comforting.
And right now we're going from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Reservation only. You can go on our website at hihimanusushi.com.
All right, guys, thank you so much. That was amazing.
Hi, domo, arigatou gozaimasu.
All right, you guys need to check out Hihimanu Sushi here in Honolulu. We'll have more up on HiNowDaily.com.
Brought to you by Hawaii Gas.
Ube is making its way to the mainstream, and it's quickly becoming one of the most popular treats here at home. It has been used for decades in Filipino cuisine, and a locally owned bakery in Kalihi is serving up their take on the tasty treat, offering soft serve pastries and their very own signature ube cheesecake.
So ube is something that's been in our household for years. So it's a Filipino staple. We created something because we saw that there weren't a lot of bakeries that offered ube desserts. We tried something and this is what came out of it. Ube, it stands for ube before anything else. We are a small bakery located right here in Kalihi. All our products are ube based. Ube is a purple yam that's used a lot in Filipino desserts. So our recipes date back to about 2014. It started with the ube cheesecake and the ube crinkle cookies. So that was a lot of trial and error. Same thing with new recipes that we come up with today. Like over the past several months, there's been a lot of trial and error, but we make it happen, and it all happens in-house in our bakery. Most popular items I'd have to say are the ube cheesecake and the ube crinkle cookies. Those are our staple items, so that's what started the business. Shortly after that, the cheesecake tarts were born, so the little ube tarts, you might have seen them around. And then just over the last several months, we've started producing our flanbe, which is a flan with a ube chiffon cake underneath it. We have an ube delight cake, that's a chiffon cake. We also have an ube roll, and we have soft serve, so we have a lot of different stuff now. The pandemic, we're complying with all CDC and Department of Health guidelines, first of all, making sure that everyone that comes through our doors are, they're not sick, they're not displaying any symptoms, any flu or cold-like symptoms. And then on top of that, we're sanitizing even more than ever now. We're only allowing one customer or one household in at a time. We're practicing social distancing in the kitchen as much as we can. Just kind of rolling with the punches. The community has been really, really supportive, so we're really grateful for that. In fact, just won Hawaii's Best Ube with the Star Advertiser for the second year in a row. We've always had a really good community response and community support, so we're really grateful for all of that. Social media, we're on Instagram at ube_hawaii.com. Website, www.ubehawaii.com. We have our online shop there. Facebook, Ube Hawaii, or you can email us, info@ubehawaii.com.
Brought to you by Central Pacific Bank. Up next,
Moms of Littles, this one is for you. We're checking out Keiki and the Pineapple. It's a safe environment where the kiddos can run around and you can have a moment of peace.
we take you inside after the break.
Moms of Littles, this one's for you. If you need a moment of sanity, you have to check out Keiki and the Pineapple. It's a safe environment where the kiddos can run around and you can have a moment of peace.
Keiki and the Pineapple started about a year ago. We're a restaurant and cafe. We serve food, health conscious, plant-based. So we have a lot of fruits and cheeses and toast, something that's really pretty to look at as well. We also accommodate vegans, celiacs, gluten-free, just something for everyone. We're also kid-friendly. It's a perk because there's no judgment. If your kid wants to walk around and be free, like, we're cool with that. We have the indoor space, we also have the outdoor space. All of our tables are 6 feet apart, and it's really been a great community where we can do events and parents can do meetups, dad meetups. We've had birthday parties, so it's just nice to have somewhere where both parents and kids can look forward to coming.
Now, since COVID, we've changed it where it's just a reservation for inside. Keeping up with the mandate, you can bring whoever you're comfortable with. You get the whole place to yourself. The kids can run around, they can scream, have the time of their lives. It's just like any other restaurant. When you come inside, you have to wear your face mask. Then once you get your food and your coffee, you of course can take your face mask off. The kids can take their face mask off once they're over in the play area. We sanitize the place, clean the place after every single person that comes in. We take apart the play area, we mop, we sweep. Everything that they've all touched is all clean for you. So every family that comes in after the reservation is clean and you're ready and it's safe.
We've been coming here, I think ever since they opened last year, and we love it because it's the only place where you can go and actually like have breakfast or eat lunch and have a coffee, and the kids have a fun play area to play at. And now during COVID, it's one of the only places that it feels like really safe to come to. It feels really, really clean and it feels safe, and she is just really happy when she gets to come here every week.
We did kids yoga outside, we had music classes, art classes, just tons of stuff to engage the kids. You know, get them out of the house, get them off the screen time, and just be with other kids. It was just really nice to have that community. And we're hoping to start that as soon in the future when it is safe to do so. Also, when you come inside, you also get to do a little shopping if you want. Everything in our merchandise rack are mom-owned businesses, local. You got amazing companies, you know, moms who are also in my position, just trying to do what they love but raise their children at the same time. So if you buy an item, you're not only supporting me, you're supporting another mom.
You can make a reservation on our website, KeikiandthePineapple.com, and it has everything you need to know on there as well.
Brought to you by Cutter Ford.
If you want to in any way help to malama the environment, composting is something you might want to consider. And we are here at City Mill Eva Beach with Iris. Hi.
Hi.
Why should we compost?
Well, compost actually helps enrich your soil so that you grow things without fertilizer. Composting is a great way to help the environment. You get rid of all your waste, improve your soil, and getting rid of methane gases are released when you drop all of this stuff into the landfill.
So every one of us really can reduce our carbon footprint if we do this, and it's pretty simple, right?
It is very simple. It is very simple. As long as you have some space and you know what the formula is to keep everything balanced. 2 parts carbon, 1 nitrogen. Carbon is actually all of the dry or brown, your lawn clippings, your sawdust, paper bags. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these paper bags will say reusable, compostable on here. Green is all of your food waste. When you put all of this in here, you have to make sure it's clean. You don't want any kind of chemicals going in here. Plant clippings, you want it to be free of disease. Your compost should never smell. With a composter like this, you can actually get compost within a month. This opens up and you can just throw stuff in here. To make sure that there's a real mix of moisture, make sure it's locked so it doesn't open up, spin it around.
Whoa.
and it gives you enough compost to use for most gardens.
All right, Ivor, so once again, I learned so much from you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You too can get this compost tumbler at any of the City Mill locations. We'll have more up on HiNowDaily.com, and also check out CityMill.com.
Brought to you by City Mill.
The Hawaii State Federal Credit Union understands the importance of providing financial education, so they've partnered with the Hawaii Home Ownership Center to provide valuable resources aiming to build stronger families and communities in Hawaii.
Hawaii State Federal Credit Union, we've always believed that financial education is really key. The better educated you are, the better financial decisions you'll make, and you'll just be able to achieve your goals faster. So we've really enjoyed partnering with Hawaii Home Ownership Center because they're the experts in teaching either first-time home buyers what they need to do to get ready to purchase a home, or now, especially during the pandemic, what people need to do to make sure they can keep their homes.
The Hawaii Homeownership Center was created to help first-time buyers into homeownership, and we're still doing that. But in response to COVID-19, we did add a new program, which is foreclosure prevention and renter counseling. So for distressed renters and owners, they can come to us either to utilize some of our self-help options on our website, or they can schedule an appointment with one of our staff to talk about some of their concerns, come up with an action plan, review their budget to make sure that they've done all they can to help trim that down, and create an action plan to have next steps for them. So we're still sticking to our primary mission of helping first-time buyers into homeownership. We think that having a safe and stable home is super important. So we do that through classes, as well as individual coaching and even post-purchase services. So after they become a homeowner, they can still come to us. So the classes covers everything from what you should think about before you become a homeowner, money management and credit in the context of qualifying for financing, as well as the purchase process, working with a loan officer, realtor, homeowners insurance, and escrow, all the way to getting your keys. And the coaching is actually taking a personal look at your own situation and creating an action plan and understanding about first-time buyer resources that you might qualify for. In response to COVID-19, we have changed how we deliver our services. So normally we would do it in person, some phone coaching, but now we actually converted everything to virtual. So you can do a webinar for our orientation sessions just to kind of understand a little bit about homeownership. All of our classes are webinar as well, or there's a self-paced online option. And all of our coaching is either done on the phone or by Zoom.
Even before the pandemic hit, people in Hawaii were really struggling to make ends meet. We estimated that before the pandemic, almost 50% of Hawaii's households were living paycheck to paycheck. And Hawaii Home Ownership Center has been really key in helping people to get through the crisis.
If you need more information, you should go to our website at www.hihomeownership.org.
Brought to you by Hawaii State FCU.
Still ahead on Hi Now. There's a new Tea-Presso bar joining the family. Find out which part of the island when Hi Now returns. I needed a K-Presso fix today, so we're at the newest Tea-Presso bar location here in Salt Lake.
Salt Lake area has very limited options for fresh and healthy beverages, and of course it's right next to the military and very close to the NEX and commissary. So it's great to actually have convenient for military personnel and their families as well around here in this area. We're actually right behind Target, so it's really good that we have the local support. So it's great. What makes this place a little bit unique is that it's actually a different decor that we have here. We kind of want to lift everybody's spirits up because of the pandemic, and everybody likes this. It's very cute. Of course, it's really good because we're actually also supporting local artists, because the artist is actually from Paua. Called 7 Sketches. They do actually all our murals around this area, and it's great to actually support local artists as well. It's a little bit different theme than the other Presso bars, and hopefully you guys like it. So everything is the same as all the other Tea-Presso bar locations. All the Tea-Presso bars is actually all brewed to order. It's a little bit different than all the other milk tea places out there. The signature that we have is, of course, Tea-Presso milk tea, and of course brown sugar milk tea, and we have brown sugar matcha as well. Some people like the spicy leheng lava. We actually don't have any dine-in right now. We actually all have social distancing as well, so we actually labeled the floor. We have hand sanitizers for everybody to use. All the employees are required to wear masks. We have a plexiglass there as well. They also are required to wear gloves when they work. We actually do delivery via Bite Squad, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub, and phone order, of course, as well. Come down. We always have promotions going on right now, so you know, we'll keep you updated with our Instagram and at Tepresso Bar Hawaii.
It's so cute in there. Don't forget to check out the new High Now drinks at Tepresso Bar.
So much treats, but guess what, gang? It's time for another edition of Checkout and Takeout.
That's right. And remember, with Checkout and Takeout on HawaiiNewsNow.com, you can always find out which restaurants and businesses are open in your community. First up, Complete Kitchen at Kahala Mall will be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day for all your home cooking needs. The store is a one-stop shop for all cooks, professionals, and beginners alike. And for the next 2 weeks, you can get 10% off face masks, face shields, hand sanitizers, and spray bottles, even the non-contact temperature thermometers. I want one of those. If you spend $300 or more, you'll also get a beautiful knife block for free. And it's super convenient because the Complete Kitchen is also offering curbside pickup for all orders.
That is convenient.
You can call the number on your screen to order or shop online at CompleteKitchenHawaii.com.
Next up, with all the grinds, you're going to have to stay in shape. So with Oahu's latest stay-at-home order, you may be looking for ways to stay active while you're at home. Well, Pure Barre Honolulu at Kahala Mall is offering daily live stream classes that can be done right from your own home. No excuses. Pure Barre is a low-impact, high-energy workout focused on small movements to create big-time results. Their 50-minute classes focus on strengthening your arms, your abs, I wish I had those, your thighs, really everything. They have an at-home cardio option to level things up to get you going. New clients can now sign up for their $59 intro month special, which includes unlimited live streaming classes so you can still get it at home. You can purchase by emailing kahala@purebarre.com or by going online and using the promo code SHAKE. That's easy to remember.
It's hard. And finally, since March, Jam's World has been focused on manufacturing reusable face masks. They continue to produce their original double elastic mask, which goes over the head to provide a more secure fit. The style is available in various Jam's World designs. The company also recently added a Jam's World ear loop style face mask available in 4 designs. And they're even offering new face mask extenders, so the straps don't cut into the back of your ears, which a lot of us experience. Jam's World has also launched a new Tropia Beach collection featuring artwork depicting Italy's famous coastline. Check out new styles at jamsworld.com and use the code HIGHNOW for 20% off your purchase.
Hey, that's a good deal. Now, to find out more information about these businesses or products, just head to the Checkout and Takeout section on HawaiiNewsNow.com.
Next up, some call it the natural facelift.
Details on the treatment from the experts at Elite Health Hawaii. We'll be right back.
There's a significant need for surrogates, and here in Hawaii, many hopeful parents wait 6 months or more for a match. And whether you live on Oahu or Kauai, Hawaii Surrogacy wants women to know they can help make dreams come true for local families.
Hawaii Surrogacy Center is an agency that connects intended parents and surrogates to complete a family and help fulfill somebody's dream. We are an agency of 10 women, so we're small enough that we can connect with our surrogates and really get to know them, but at the same time have programs like financial advising, we have nutrition counseling. My job as a coordinator, I'm with you from beginning to end. So from the moment you send in your application to meeting intended parents for the first time, to delivery and after, I'm there to help with everything that you need. And we're fortunate enough that we have coordinators on all outer islands as well. So whether you're a surrogate on Kauai, Oahu, Maui, or the Big Island, we have somebody there to help you through your journey.
You do get compensation. Most of our surrogates receive around $40,000, but as a former surrogate myself, I would like to say that this is just the most life-changing experience I've ever had.
It really is amazing. It's so special to be able to see families that have fertility problems that just cannot on their own have their child. So there's these amazing women that give up their 10 months to do something just so special for families. And deliveries are always my favorite thing to see on the whole journey, because you see just everyone light up. The surrogate lights up, the intended parents, they see their child for the first time, and it's such a cool thing.
We are looking for candidates who are between the ages of 21 and 40 years old, live a healthy lifestyle, have had healthy, uncomplicated pregnancies and deliveries, and aspire to help another family achieve their dream of having a child.
We have many intended parents looking to be matched with surrogates. We have right now a handful of surrogates going through their cycling process, so a lot are getting ready to do their transfer, and we just had our 6th delivery in the past month, which is such a blessing. It's amazing, but things are definitely different. We do a lot of social events that we are not able to do now because of social distancing. We can no longer go to appointments like we could prior to COVID, so a lot of communication is now email or through the phone. But we worked really hard with our clinical partners and the hospitals to kind of navigate around everything, and we're able to find ways so that it's still special for surrogate and intended parents and that no one is left out. And if people would like more information, they can visit hawaiisurrogacy.com.
Brought to you by Hawaii Surrogacy Center.
There's several things that happen to our face as we age. We lose volume in our faces as we age, so we lose our cheekbones, we lose the fat pads, and then our skin gets thinner. Our breakdown of collagen and elastin starts to outpace the building of it once we turn, get into our 20s, so it starts to decrease at that point. And so we have something in our clinic to try to address each of these issues. So we can revolumize the face with some of our dermal fillers, things like that. And then for the thinning of the skin and the sagging of the skin, that's what we use the Pixel 8 RF for. We chose Pixel 8 specifically for Hawaii because with some of the other things out there, like lasers specifically, they can be great for skin tightening. The problem is they can cause some hypo or hyperpigmentation, especially in people who are darker complected. There's very small needles. They just slide down into the dermis. The dermis is where all of your collagen is. Then the heat, the RF, a little burst of energy goes to the tips of the needles and delivers the heat directly to the dermis, directly to that collagen. And when that heat hits the collagen, those proteins remodel and change a little bit, and it causes some nice tightening of the skin. So you can tighten the skin anywhere on the body with the Pixel 8. The face is probably the most popular area. It helps with fine lines, wrinkles. A lot of people see sagging skin on their neck, so we do a lot of necks. Décolleté is another very popular area. But then I also have women who have maybe stretch marks. It's terrific for acne scars. But basically anything that you would want to do where you want to remodel that collagen layer and improve your dermis, the Pixel 8 is going to be the answer for that. Most people are going to want to do about 3 to 5 to start. And then what we recommend is that you do maybe every 6 months to a year after that. So you'll just always maintain that youthful skin. And it doesn't look like you did like a facelift or something like that. It's not a super dramatic thing like that. It's a nice tightening of the skin that looks very natural. The entire treatment takes about an hour, hour and a half, and there's really no side effects, but people often ask about downtime. After you have this done, you'll be a little bit red, maybe for 1 to 3 days. If you're a little darker complected, you may walk out of here looking like almost nothing happened. Just a little bit of redness, like you got a little too much sun, and that's pretty typical with the average complexion in Hawaii, is that we're seeing most people, they look like they got a little too much sun. So it takes a little bit of time for that collagen to remodel and to rebuild. It's your collagen, it's remodeling, it's changing, and it takes 3 to 4 weeks for that to happen. It's not really going to change somebody's face. It really just kind of walks their face back in time a little bit. For more information about our anti-aging facial treatments, you can contact us at 523-5483, or you can go to our website, elitehealthhawaii.com. You can also follow me on Instagram. It is @ScottSandersonMD, and we are also on Facebook.
Brought to you by Elite Health Hawaii. Coming up, providing back-to-school programs for our keiki.
How Kama'aina Kids is working to keep keiki safe and provide quality care. We'll be right back.
This year's been tough, and with school plans still subject to change, Kama'aina Kids wants you to know that no matter what, they'll be around to provide quality care for your keiki for this school year.
When the stay-at-home order went into effect, Kama'aina Kids made the decision to remain open to continue to care for Hawaii's frontline workers. In making that decision, a tremendous amount of research went into creating policies, procedures, and systems that met CDC guidelines to keep keiki and staff safe.
Before they get to come on campus, parents and children must have their face mask on. And then before they pass the gates, we ask if they have any flu-like symptoms. We take their temperatures, we ask them any coughing, fever, and then When they come through the gate, before they get to go to the classrooms, they have to wash hands for 20 seconds. And then they can go and join their groups. The constant washing hands, the constant sanitization, temperature checks, asking kids how they feel, any flu-like symptoms, and just having them to keep their masks on.
Despite the fact that the school year will look a lot different this year, Kama'aina Kids plans to provide A+ after-school care both on-site and off to care for Keiki during normal school hours.
Kama'aina Kids is providing our social distancing, our constant washing, sanitization for the programs, our distance learning program that we're offering coming up. The program, we still got to keep them 6 feet. They have to bring their own devices, their own hotspots or Wi-Fi. And we should have jetpacks. And that's for a backup if their Wi-Fi or hotspots don't work. But we're doing the best we can to keep them safe and keep you safe with all precautions, washing hands, social distancing, and the sanitizations.
Kama'aina Kids is working diligently to secure central locations to provide care for parents that need to go back to work, and will continue to update the public on where and when these services will be available.
They want to do crafts, they want to have fun, but they want to be close, but we got to tell them, you have to stay 6 feet apart. And then every time they come, it's like, okay, Miss Gloria, can we do this? Can we do that? Yes, we can, as long as we stay in our bubble and we stay 6 feet apart, or as far as we can apart. And they like crafts, projects, they want to play outdoors. That's the hardest part, the outdoors. So for more information, go to our website at kama'ainakids.com, and you can also call the main office at 262-4538.
Brought to you by Kama'aina Kids.
Kupuna are our most vulnerable population, which is why Arcadia family of companies is doing everything possible to keep them safe. Through the use of technology, all employees must now undergo an automated wellness screening before the start of each workday.
At the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, we implemented daily wellness screenings at all of our communities within the Arcadia family of companies. This screening process helps with identifying any symptoms of COVID-19 in an effort to keep it out of our communities. All employees were required to answer a series of wellness questions on paper and take a temperature check before entering our buildings. We set up screening stations at the entrance to our buildings where our employees would sign up to volunteer for 1-hour shifts to help screen others. Once employees completed the screening, they were given a daily sticker to wear indicating they passed the screening process. One of the main challenges was having to staff the wellness screening stations with volunteers for 12 hours each day, which took them away from their regular duties. We also used a lot of paper to print the forms. Over 300 forms were completed each day, and then we had to manually scan the forms and store them electronically for record-keeping purposes. Our volunteers were also potentially being exposed to COVID or other germs while screening others. We spent about 2 months researching and testing visitor management systems and temperature scanning devices. There wasn't a full-service system that allowed us to capture screening questions and temperature taking in one platform. We decided to use the sign-in app visitor management software and facial recognition temperature kiosks from Thermoscanner. The sign-in app platform gives us the greatest flexibility in allowing us to customize the wellness screening process in order to fit our needs and our culture. So the first step is to take out your smartphone and then scan the QR code on the iPad. All of the wellness screening questions come up on your iPhone.
Please get close for taking temperature.
We do that at this thermal scanner. You place yourself in the profile. You wait for the green light to say admitted.
Normal temperature.
If your temperature is above the threshold, an alarm will be sent to the security guard or the receptionist, and you would be denied entry. The wellness screening process is now fully automated and electronic. We no longer need staff volunteers for the screening process, and we save on having to print all the paper forms. It also provides a contactless screening experience by allowing you to answer the screening questions on your own mobile device. We just hope that the automated systems, the technology that we can use in the future will just continue to keep our communities and our kupuna safe.
Brought to you by Arcadia family of companies. Still ahead,
we're continuing the commemoration of the end of World War II. We get an intimate look at history as we're climbing on board some of the iconic warbirds. we continue the commemoration of the end of World War II, we get an intimate look at history as we're climbing on board some of the iconic warbirds.
Wow. It's all the buzz in Honolulu. 14 World War II aircraft in the Pacific as part of the commemoration of the ending of the war that changed the world. These historic planes, restored to their wartime glory, set to take flight in an aerial parade. Among the vintage collection, the North American S&J AT-6 Texan.
It was primarily used as an advanced trainer for fighter pilots, capable of doing gunnery practice, fighter maneuvers, formation flying, instrument flying. Some of the airplanes had hard points on the wings so you could practice bombing. This was their last training aircraft before they went to the squadrons and actually went to war.
Perhaps one of the more popular of the fighting birds, the B-25 bomber.
The B-25 itself became famous from the Doolittle raids. Doolittle put together a raid with taking B-25s off of aircraft carriers, and on the way to China they were going to bomb Japan. It really boosted the morale of the Americans. It was used after World War II more for training or for putting out fires. Prescott Foundation acquired it a year ago. Part of our mission is to provide opportunities so that the next generation doesn't forget.
And by far the coolest and sure to be a showstopper is the amphibious PBY.
PBY was a patrol bomber, hence PB. Y is for Yankee, the constructor. It's an amphibian. It was used for search and rescue, aerial bombardment, anti-shipping, anti-submarine. This particular airplane, in 1945, in April, it sunk U-342 off the coast of Iceland. So this airplane actually has a submarine to its credit.
Wow! And we got the chance of a lifetime, taking off by land and touching down in water.
Our big mission is to keep these alive and flying. We would not be who we are if the Germans, the Italians, and the Japanese would have won World War II.
It's a significant day, 75 years since the end of the war. You know, we're going to fly over Missouri on the 2nd and really pay homage to the veterans, you know, we've lost and the ones that are still around.
We'll be flying over Pearl Harbor, Arizona. Missouri, of course, is where the final surrender documents were signed in World War II. As a salute to the veterans that are still alive, and especially the ones that didn't make it.
So if you happen to be outside on September 2nd, make sure to look up. Brought to you by the 75th commemoration of the end of World War II.
Wow, what a landing. That looked like an experience.
It was, and make sure the full segment of the PBY will be showing on Wednesday. Now, don't forget to watch the live broadcast of the commemoration on HawaiiNewsNow.com, Hawaii News Now on September 2nd. Sunrise will actually be live from the Battleship Missouri Memorial, and you can watch live coverage on KGMB, KHNL, and K5 from 8:30 to 11 a.m.
That's right. It's going to be a really cool morning. You can also watch the events streaming live on HawaiiNewsNow.com and on the Hawaii News Now apps.
I love it. All right. Mahalo for watching Hi Now. Remember, catch any of our segments again on HiNowDaily.com.
That's right. And be sure to follow us at Hi Now Daily on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and now even YouTube as well. Make sure to click that subscribe button.
We'll see everybody on Monday morning. Bye now.
Aloha.